What's better? Send 200 people to the certain death but save 2000 people, or try to save these 200 but there's a risk that 2000 people will die. I never thought that at 16 years I would face such a task, but in the world where Ruthless moved up to the career ladder, I somehow miraculously reached the top and ruled the country. The first task at this position was to deal with fire at the uranium warehouse. I, like all managers, received a task at the terminal, in which was written: a uranium warehouse caught fire. 200 people were locked in it. To put out the fire, the warehouse had to be dosed with acid, along with the people. If you don't flood the warehouse with acid and start rescuing them, there's a chance of nuclear explosion that will kill 2,000 people. This was my first task at the post of the governing a country, in which ANTISPARE was introduced. Kurapov, make a decision immediately, while you are thinking. The warehouse is burning. It's obvious that entire warehouse needs to be filled with acid, along with the people. Okay, get to work. Organize and supervise the whole process. This needs to be done within a day. But I don't like you, Kurapov. I think that you've got the first level by a mistake. You unintentionally killed a loved one. He died by himself, and you assigned his death. Yeah? Look at the cameras, how I first fed him with the high molecular food that makes you fat right before your eyes. He got stuck between the bars, so I force fed him so the others can't get through too. I saw the recordings, but it seems that this Alexander wanted to die by himself. I requested recordings with sound. Soon I'll receive the answer, and then we'll deal with you. I was trapped. I knew if the curator would hear my conversation with Sanya, he'll understand that Sanya himself wanted to be fed. Sanya himself was obsessed with food and wanted to get fed as the sweet of the light. I was actually going to save him. I said this, and I'm pretty sure that there's a sound recording of this conversation. If he finds out, then they'll remove the first level of the ANTISPARE and will send me to the recycling, where I'll have to kill one person to prove that I really don't have spare. But I understood one thing. If you don't want to be reported, report first. I need to find some dirt on the curator. After all, everyone spares something. Have you dialed the command to transport acid? Yes, I've dialed it. But there's one thing. When pilots with acid tanks fly over the uranium warehouse to dump the acid, the fumes can rise vertically and they will die, but they don't know about it either. It's suggested that they not be told. What's then? There are only 10 people there. Are we sure we can send robots there? The more you drag out the time, the more you increase the chance of explosion at the uranium warehouse. And this means 2,000 deaths. Act faster. Maybe some other autopilots. Are you sparing people? Maybe stop suspecting me in spare. You're holding back the progress. Instead of finding the solution, you suspect me in spare. I am not slowing down the progress. Everything is for the sake of progress. Let's discuss how sending robots to this accident will speed up the construction of a hyperlight space engine for the space exploration. Let's send robots there and people to the new uranium deposit. More uranium is required for the progress, but you forget that the radiation can disable electronics above the warehouse, so we'll lose the bots and we won't receive any results too. Do you even know how much resources are spent for the creation of one robot? How much people die for the creation of one robot? Around 100. And while you are talking here, you're increasing the chance of explosion on the uranium warehouse. Damn it! We need to save the people somehow! In our flying building. In just 1 minute, managers take decisions after what tens of thousands of people die. And you want to spare 200? This raises suspicions. You understand that among these 200 people there might be a genius that will accelerate the country's progress. What kind of people are there? They don't even have the second level of the ANTISPARE. Wait, what? That's where you've played yourself out, Kurapov. Turn on the television.
Attention to everyone who lives in the Lukoshkina area. Take a iodine pill, put on the respirators and close the windows. There was a powerful explosion at the uranium warehouse. 2,352 people died. They report that another 1,000 may die too.
Well, what did you wait for? You felt sorry for 200 people. Now you have to sort it out yourself. Look at the new task on the terminal. I looked at the computer and the task was updated there. To eliminate the consequences, it's recommended to send people without anti-spare level. Those who spare animals and themselves. We'll need 5,000 of them. They'll go to a certain death. Or you can send high-class specialists with high-quality equipment. They will also die, but no more than 500 people will be required. In the liquidation of consequences of nuclear explosion, speed is required, and therefore, the more people, the better. Therefore, take this into account, Mr. Manager of the first level of ANTISPARE. Come on! Is there any way to avoid deaths? And what did you think? How to govern a large state in your opinion? I don't know. Robots. We need more robots. Robots are the most complex invention. They're the most expensive and take the most time to produce. But that is not even the main problem. And what is the main problem? You forget that in radiation zone there's a strong interference on radio signals and the electronics. Robots will be just damaged there. Solve your problem and I'll go to the boss. A senior manager is calling me. He's the one who works with President himself. Okay, let's send 500 highly qualified specialists with good ammunition. At least we'll save 5,000 people. This time, without thinking and without shred of regret, I sent 500 people to the certain death. Yes, 500 people will die, but I felt some sort of the satisfaction. There was no other way. I saved 5,000 lives. Maybe through these 5,000 there will be a geniuses that will speed up the development. What? I started thinking like those bureaucrats. Think in terms of anti-spare. I don't want to be like that. I want to remain a human. Or maybe I need to be like that. So everything works and develops. Kurapov, what have you done? As soon as I turned away for a minute, you made a stupid decision. What? What happened? Turn on the internal television. Oh, okay.
The emergency situation continues to escalate in the Lukoshkina area. We managed to take an interview from one of the residents.
What the hell is going on up there? Where are their brains? Why haven't they cleaned the consequences of the radiation yet, huh? Radiation is spreading with a terrible force. 1,000 people will soon die from radiation sickness. And what are these smart guys at the top doing? They sent 500 people with high-tech equipment. Who needs that? We need 10,000 people to eliminate the consequences. How many people we have walking around without level of anti-spare? They should have been thrown to eliminate the consequences. Or do they spare other people? They are only scammers at the management. They have the first level, yeah. They're only mama's boys at the top, who feel sorry even for mosquito. Hey, you up there! We need a lot of people. The more, the better. People! Your problem has received a resonance. What have you done, you moron? Now we all will lose our positions. Screw these positions. We'll have to kill the loved one again to get back to our positions. I understood what this was leading to. I had a proven method to such cases. The denunciation button was pressed. I want to complain about my curator. He doesn't even have the third level of the anti-spare. Look at the cameras, he spares himself.
The denunciation has been accepted. My neural networks have analyzed your dialogue. Signs of spare have been found. Curator Sidonenko, your anti-spare status has been eliminated. You're being sent for recycling.
Oh, you bastard! Ah! A glowing thread came out from the bot. It wrapped itself around the curator's hands and took him away. Oh, Ivan Kurapov, I'm your new curator. We have the shortage of people at the first level of the ANTISPARE because everyone informs on each other. There are fewer and fewer people and no new people arriving, so I won't be able to devote much time to you. Are you sparing that there's not enough people? Huh? No, what are you talking about? There's just a lot more work for one person now. Are you sparing yourself? No, I don't spare myself. That's how it should be. The more work, the more tasks, the better it is for progress. You're wasting a lot of time on Cheta. You're slowing down the progress of creating the Hyperlight engine. And this is the main priority of the ANTISPARE. Yes, indeed. You have a new task. Look in the terminal. What? Other task? How much more? You're a newbie. You just haven't gotten used to it yet. Check your computer every 10 seconds. All 500 specialists are dead. The accident is not even eliminated by 10%. Immediate liquidation of the accident in the Lokoshkino area is required. Precipitation continues to spread. Every minute is 100 new deaths. Therefore, it's necessary to send 10,000 people without a certificate of ANTISPARE. The chance of survival is 0%. Or send 1,000 highly qualified specialists with high-tech equipment. The probability of their survival is 10%, but the development of the Hyperlight engine will slow down by 1/1000th of the percent. Solve it. I have a lot of my own problems. Sorry, I won't help you now. Okay, let's throw people there. 10,000 people. Send 10,000 people on liquidation of consequences of the nuclear explosion. After making this decision, I just stared to the nowhere, and I didn't even notice how the several hours passed, when suddenly the terminal beeped again. All 10,000 people died. The liquidation of the accident is not finished. What? But the precipitation is spreading more slowly. Phew. Now 2 people are dying every minute. About 3,000 per day. Options: leave everything as is, or send 1,000 highly qualified specialists with high-class equipment and reduce the death rate. I'm confused. I need an advice. I called this coward colleague. Share your thoughts on what to do here. What there to think about? Leave it as is. Only 2 people per minute will die. But at this rate, 3,000 people die a day, and maybe 90,000 die a month. Exactly. Then send 1,000 special forces with equipment. They will be able to eliminate the consequences. Are you sure they would? Anyway, don't bother me. I have a task here. 90,000 people are at stake. What? And what task do you have? Don't tell anyone, but we have a rat in our flying building. The rat has a legitimate status of the ANTISPARE. If the rat continues the sabotage, 90,000 people will die. And I have a choice, either to kill all the managers, this is you and me, or find a solution, how to figure out to find a rat that sabotage decisions leading to death of a large population. And then I wondered who this saboteur was, because of whom can 90,000 die.